All right, so we have already seen how to crack WEP, so now we will move to WPA and WPA2. Now the process for WPA and WPA2 is exactly the same, but it's different from cracking WEP. So let's go ahead and start with Airmon NG to make sure the wireless instance is there, and sure enough it is. Start the monitor on wireless LAN 0. Everything is good. Kill the processes like usual, and the second one, and the third one. Perfect. Now, while we're doing this, I want to mention that cracking WPA and WPA2 depends heavily on your word list. So we need a kind of dictionary to do the crack. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a dictionary right now, but I'm still going to show you the step-by-step process. Anyway, what we need are WPA and WPA2 word lists of maybe 15 gigs, 20 gigs. The bigger the list, the better. The bigger the possibility, really, of finding the key. So here we are scanning the air around us, and we will target one of these access points, which is WPA2 CCMP, and we will copy the BSS ID. I'm going to stop this and note it on the clipboard and which channel this access point is working on. So we have channel 10 and the BSS ID, and we have the ESS ID for it. Continue scanning. Going to put that aside. Open a different terminal session. We will use this same command arrow dump here without options. First, we will specify the channel and the MAC address with BSS ID. I'm going to paste that MAC address, and then we will specify the capture files with the switch W, so mine is -W. I'm going to put these files on the desktop, so /root/desktop/ and space monitor 0. Let's check out the files. Okay, there we go. Good. Now these are the files on the desktop. It has just been created by the Aircrack Suite by AeroDump, and right now we can see that the data count is still low. In WPA and WPA2, we don't really care about the data count. What we care about is the authentication or the handshake. So you see here on the right side there is absolutely nothing. It's still searching all the channels and trying to find a handshake for this exact access point. Here I have the BSS ID for the access point, and I have these guys connected to the access point. I'm going to use this to get the handshake. So in WPA and WPA2, I care about the handshake, like I mentioned, not the data count, ARP, or acknowledgement packets like in WEP. I care only about the handshake. Let's proceed with another command. Here we will use AirPlay NG and option -0 with 2. And then the MAC address with -A. I'm going to use one of the MAC addresses connected to the access point. So I'm going to take one of these, let's say this one. Okay, I'm taking the first one since it's staying up and not moving. Much better. -C for the client, and type the MAC address and then monitor 0, mon 0, and press enter. Now you see waiting for beacon frame on channel 13. Typically this will not work here because the access point is on channel 10. Repeat the command again. There we go. We have CENTA directed deauth to that access point, so we still didn't get any authentication right now. Yeah, so that's fine. We will repeat the command again, and it might be helpful sometimes to stop scanning. Stop the scan, go from here, try again. And there you go. You see here, it's not scanning anymore for any channel, but we did get the handshake. So once you have this handshake, you are good to go. The file to be cracked is this one, -01.cap. For the crack, you need to open a new terminal and use the Aircrack NG with option -A and option 2. Specify the MAC address for the access point. It should be option -B. Should probably copy it again. Sometimes this can be kind of painful. All right, that's fine. Now the MAC address is done. Now we will need to specify here a word list. The option -W actually specifies the word list. Let's say it's in my home directory, and it's called wordlist.txt, and then specify the directory for the cap file. It's on /root/desktop/, and I'm going to specify here a star.cap. Now if I have multiple cap files, it will scan all of them and compare them with the word list to find the key. Now this will make it a lot easier instead of specifying it file by file, but if I hit enter now, there is no directory for the word list. It's just not found. So I'm going to show you quickly what happens if I specify the error crack without the word list and I have a -01.cap. See what happens here? We have the BSS ID and the D-link, and we have a handshake. So great. Fine, it's one handshake. Maybe it's better if we create more than one handshake, but it's going to be the same result. So let's say we'll open up that root desktop, whatever file we had there. Please specify a dictionary word, quitting. See, it's not possible to find the password with error crack without the dictionary, and I mentioned before I don't have that right now. But it can brute force it, but such a key will take days or even more time. So the best solution we have here is to use a word list dictionary.